Hello, 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 hello. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Life on a Budget with D. This is a channel where I share with you, well, my life on a budget. Okay, I'm going through my cash binder to go through each cash envelope to verify what dollar amount that I use in cash throughout the week, and then I keep it all here on my daily and weekly expense and income tracker. This is basically my catch-all for everything that I spend throughout the week, whether it's cash or card, and I love it, and it keeps me on track for the remainder of the week. Once I do that, I go into my bank account and I verify what expense that I have purchased throughout the week, and I put it on that worksheet as well. Then I go into my account and balance my checkbook. I I check my own records against the bank records and verify if they're both in agreement. I not only do it for one account, but I do it for multiple accounts to make sure all my accounts are in agreement with my own notes and with the bank account itself. Then I go back to previous week that I may have missed, and I highlight to categorize my expenses to know what is the rhythm of the categories that I use on a regular basis. So I wanted to create a quick video about my tracking routine. Let me make sure my hands ain't ashy because I feel like they ashy. They feel a little crunchy. I'm not sure how hands feels crunchy, but it didn't feel like it was moist. It's kind of cold here in Florida. Y'all probably be like, Florida don't get that cold. It's cold over here. It's cold. I feel like now I look like I greased myself. Oh my goodness, my hands was dry. Okay, now, so right now we're checking out my calendar, and this is like my budgeting schedule and how I manage my time with money. This week we're right now on the 17th, and yesterday I did my budget for week number 3. I also double check how my money has been going for week number 2, because it is now today is week number 2 wrap up, and that's another word for cash out. So I cash out every week, and I'm going to do that. So I'm gonna do a little glimpse over week 3 and show you what I do for wrapping up for week 2. Okay, so this is week number 3. I am a low income earner, so I improvise with what I got, and I do what I do. And even though I am a low income earner, I do not feel like that because of how I manage my money. All my pennies have a place. My bad. I dropped the book. All my pennies have a place, and all my pennies have an assignment. So even though I'm low income, I feel in control of my finances, and I do the best I can with what I got, okay? And I also show my numbers because in case anyone feels like it's not possible, it can be possible depending on your situation. Our situation is different based on what you value and how you want your money system to be set up. It is possible for how you do things. So for week number 3 of January, I am going to get 510 for this week. I budget according to the systems that I'm using in order for me to maintain the flow of my thoughts. So the first box, I take care of my top priorities. That's taxes, tithe, and my fund money, and that is $182.25. Then my savings this week is only going to get for medical and rainy day is $51 each, and that's $102. Then I'm skipping insurance and essential bills for this week. And non-essential bills, I have Adobe. This is what I use to make my budget sheets and stuff like that. I love Adobe. I love the Creative Cloud. I need it. I feel like it's a need. It's a need, okay? But if push come to shove, I'll have to stop it if, times get hard. But I'm good. But it's going to be hard for me because I use this to create. But anyways, I digress. My next category is essential expenses, which is different from essential bills because bills are more fixed expenses, and fixed expenses, I guess. And then eccentric expenses are variable expenses. That's the amounts that fluctuates, where bills are normally just a fixed dollar amount. So for my essential expense will be gas, so that's $40. And then future bills I love this category because you know they coming up with apps for you not to remember your, so you can remember your subscription, and it don't mess up your monthly budget. But I don't need that app because I always account for my future bills. My future bills is renter's insurance. I put $18 aside for a month. American Express, my annual fee is $99, so I put $9 a month. Canva is about to be due in March. I put $10 a month. That's $120 a year. My biz, I just need to put $3. I think that's I don't know how often I have to update that here in Florida, and I gotta check, but I always have the money for it. And then the number four, no, not number four. Car registration is $4, and I put that aside because I renew my car tag every 2 years. So that's right. I'm planning even 2 years in advance for my expenses because I know they're coming up. All right. So my future expenses, the same way. I mean, it's not a fixed dollar amount for those expenses in the future, but it's something that I definitely will need in the future. Well, I guess my daughter's contact is a fixed dollar amount. I did $108 every 6 months to get her not only her new contacts, but also her eye solution, her contact solution. So that's $18. Oh, over here I forgot to say that's a $44, and then that's $18 for her contacts and the printer supplies that I use. I use ink because I do print a lot. I print a lot, and a gracious guy last time when I went to Walmart to get my printer ink, because sometimes Office Depot don't have the brand that I need. He found me a cheap version that is working very, very well. So now I can get two inks for the price of one. That's great. So that category is $42, and that I have nothing in my extra beds. Extra bed stands for bills, expenses, debt, and savings. And the reason why bills there because there are some people who are behind on their bills. And if I ever get behind my bills, I have a place to put that down. And then support is if I want to lend, invest, or donate. I put it right here if I have the opportunity to do so. I just have a little account for that. I call that like my ministry account if I want to help out in any way, do extra giving. All right, and I'm expected to have a rollover amount of $69.75. So how this works is that I take the 510 and I subtract it from the total from each box. So I'm going to go down the line. 510 subtract $182.25 will leave me with $327.75. $327.75 subtract $102 will leave me with $225.75. $225.75 will subtract $30 will leave me with $195.75. $195.75 subtract $40 will leave me with $155.75. $155.75 subtract $44 will leave me with $111.75. $111.75 subtract $42 will leave me with $69.75. So it's telling me for this week I will have a remaining balance as I budget of $69.75 that I use to roll over. Now with this category, it's called leftover because every penny needs an assignment and every penny needs a place, and you need to identify each dollar amount and see what they're going to do, and where they're going to go. That's how you have a zero-based budget. Once I have determined my budget for the week, I take the information that I have from this page and I do my cash breakdown. Now, cash breakdown is only necessary for those of us who do cash stuffing or use the envelope system of how we budget our money. Now, I am planning on doing a video where I explain how to determine your envelopes, or I also might do a video on how to know the amount of money that you will put in your envelope. So let me know below if you're into stuff like that or you need some assistance in that, because I think that will be helpful for those who's new to this. You're just coming in, you see me do it. It seemed pretty cool, see that you want to do it, but how to start, where to begin. So yeah, I take the denominations, I see what's on my budget sheet, and I know which account I will be stuffing. I even determine a dollar amount that has to be transferred to the appropriate account and which will stay in the main account, so I can make sure that all my money is delegated. I use this to brainstorm for the week. And so far, I'm ready for my paycheck number 3 for not September. Ooh, how I got to September. For January, so I'm ready, set to go. Okay. All right. So now that we had just finished week 3 budget, I go back and I see what's going on with week number 2 that I need to polish off to see what I have to complete. Now, I already did my budget actuals as to what is actually going to happen in those accounts. And it slightly differ from what I budgeted for, and I have an additional $1.07 that I saved. Every penny counts. I already stuffed my groceries, home supply, and toiletries probably 2 weeks ago because I needed to go purchase some items. So this part is already taken care of as to why I checked that off. The only thing I will have to do is do my cash stuff in envelopes for this category down here for my sinking funds, because these things have to be transferred over. So that's good to go. So once I check it off, I write down when I make those payments. I identify when I got that done. Then once everything's done, I give myself a check on the top of the page and it's complete. I also over here, which I didn't finish tallying up the dollar amount, I look and see how much I made for the entire week. And then I see how my spending went throughout the entire week. This is my income and expense daily and weekly tracker where I can see the flow of how I spend money. This is a good idea if you're trying to see a rhythm of things and how things normally go for you. I like to see things like this because I'm more like a perpendicular thinker. I need to see everything from every type of angle. I'm very, I don't like to say I'm very, I pay close attention to details, but I do value details so I can understand what's going on. So I see that I'm seeing a pattern even from last month that I most likely would have at least 2 no spend days a week. At least 1 no spend day, but definitely the max probably would be 2. This January for week 1, I had a couple of no spend days because I was fasting, so I didn't need to spend a lot of money here. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only purchased groceries for the house. But I did pretty good for week 1. In week number 2, as you can see, things are starting to pick up a little bit. And this is how I track everything. I get to see the rhythm of my money and see the, how I handle my day-to-day. So I like this so I can have a visual aid. I didn't finish highlighting this stuff. Yes, I can have a visual aid as to how I spend. And I use this information in case I need to make a new envelope or something. Like a cash envelope or something. I use this information to see if I can reduce in a category or I need to increase a category. If I'm doing too much or not. So I like tracking myself. This is the way I get to keep myself accountable and honest. And I like it. I like it a lot. So just going to highlight this right here. Yeah, so we're good. I just wanted to give like a little review of what I do almost every other day when it comes to my finances. This is how it looked like when I paid. I follow my schedule, so I didn't do my transfer. I'm still waiting for the money to transfer for today, but once it transfers, I'm gonna wrap it up, make sure it's all good to go. Week 2 will be completely finished. And then I will do my week number 2 cash stuffing for this week. And that's what I do. So if you enjoyed this video, you are into budget with me, that's where this is where I sit down and I go over how I budget, where I tell you about cash, envelope stuffing, sinking funds. Like if you just want to know stuff about budgeting, I believe I can help with the knowledge that I do have. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. If you want more information about something, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. I'm fully available for those who need or have a question, so don't be shy. Until next time, you guys, it's been a pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.